guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Maya. If you're new here, I would love it if you subscribed. And yeah, so today we are going to be doing my glowy, flawless foundation routine. I've been getting a lot of questions lately on what foundation I'm wearing, what I'm doing to my skin, things like that. So I just thought I'd make a video about it, telling you guys kind of like my routine with some tips and tricks that I like to use when I do my makeup. Without further ado, let's start this cake face makeup. Let's start this makeup. So first up, I just like tuck the hair behind the ears, and then I'm gonna go in with a primer. So I definitely like more than one primer. I kind of switch it up a lot, but lately I have been testing out the Milk Makeup Hydro Gripping Primer. I just have a little sample of it because I like to test things out before I buy them, just to make sure my skin's not gonna break out or anything. So I usually just take about that much. Put it on my hands, and then I just like to basically rub it all over my face. And I really like this primer because it gives me a lot of hydration, and it's also like sticky, so it grips onto the makeup really well. So for foundation, I'm gonna take the Urban Decay Naked Skin Weightless Ultra Definition Liquid Makeup. I like this a lot, but this is a really natural foundation. If you can see with the consistency, it's a very liquidy consistency. I usually just take about 2 pumps, and then my favorite way to apply is with a beauty blender. So I actually cleaned it this time. You're welcome. So then I usually just take my finger and dot it all over my face. Basically, what I've learned with my skin throughout experimenting with makeup is less is more. So I'm just blending this out now. But I used to really like the full coverage foundations and things like that, and I still do. Like, I still wear a lot of like heavy full coverage makeup when I feel like it, when I'm in the mood, but on a day-to-day basis, I just really like the way my skin looks with a light coverage foundation. See how it just kind of looks like skin? That's what I like. And also, it looks too dark for my face because my face isn't self-tan, but the rest of my body is. Just doing my best out here, okay? I can't get a different foundation shade for every single skin tone I have when I'm in different stages of tan. And I always make sure to blend it into the hairline because we don't want a tan face and a white scalp, okay, ladies? Blend that into your hairline. So now that I've just gotten one layer on, already you can just see it kind of just evens out the skin tone a little bit without making it look cakey or anything. So I have like about that much left. So I just dip the beauty blender back in there and go into any spots that I feel like I need a little bit more coverage. So usually it's like on the cheeks because my cheeks are really red. Also, my nose is really dry right now. I don't know why. It's just been kind of screwed up since I got back from Cuba. But yeah, so if that's why it looks like kind of flaky and dry, it's because it is. But yeah. Usually, like, I don't know if you can really see on camera, but my forehead is a little bit more red. So I think I'm going to go in with a little bit more. That much, like not very much at all. And I'm just going to like put a little bit more on the forehead because she's looking a little bit red and patchy. I also have a crater on my forehead, so ignore that. Also, I have my eyelash extensions back, so I'm a lot happier than I was in my last tutorial because I don't have to wear mascara. And what I like to do is go in with some concealer. So these two are pretty much my favorite. This one is the Hello Fab Bendy Avocado Concealer. I used this one in my last tutorial. And then this one is the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. I go in with this one first because it's a little bit lighter. I just go under the eyes a little bit. It's very sheer coverage, so I can kind of apply a lot and it won't literally like do too much. And then chin, dip in again, a little bit on the nose and on the forehead. Then I'll go in with the NARS one just because it has a little bit more coverage. This one is almost empty. And I just conceal any little pimples I've got. So we've got the base down. Very natural, very sheer coverage. Just take my finger and tap it out because then you're not soaking up any excess product. You're kind of just placing it and blending it exactly where it needs to be. So the next step I like to do is some cream bronzer. I love this one. This is the Milk Makeup Matte Bronzer in the shade Baked. I just take it on the brush and just kind of start blending it into the skin. Take a little bit on the nose just to even out the color, not really to contour. So now that that's on, I just go back into the Beauty Blender and blend it all out. So now's the time where I'm gonna set stuff. I'm gonna take my little mini Hourglass translucent powder. I have dry skin, so I don't like a lot of powder. And I blend out the creases first, and then I just set. Smile lines. Because even though I don't have wrinkles there, my foundation always creases because I just smile so much. Like, I'm just such a happy girl. Here's a little tip. This doesn't actually do anything, but I always put a little bit of extra powder on the sides of my nose because I can't leave the house without sunglasses. So I always get those marks that are right there. So I just like to add a little bit of extra powder to those areas. So I've got two cream highlighters here. Cream or liquid, whatever. I'm going to try this Fenty Beauty Matchstick in the shade Starstruck. I'm just going to literally put it on my finger and apply it to my cheekbone. Wow, I actually think I like it. I'm going to go in with powder bronzer now. So this one is by Marc Jacobs. It is the Omega Bronze in the shade Tantric. It looks like this. Take it on a fluffy brush and I'm just gonna bronze. I like this bronzer a lot because I can build it up, and that's like a key thing for me because I don't have a very light hand, as you can see. I just kind of like put my face and hope for the best. So when something is like way too pigmented for me, it's a disaster. So next for blush, I'm gonna go in with Milani Luminoso on a little angled brush. And this is like my favorite blush ever. This is like the blush that got me into like actually liking blush, because I actually used to hate it. But for this step, I just kind of do a little smile and apply it on the apples of the cheeks and work it backwards. So now that we're kind of looking clownish, it's very intense. I blend it again with the Beauty Blender so it doesn't look as crazy. Okay, cool. So you could leave it like this and leave a very natural highlight, but I like to glow. I'm gonna go in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Emerisi highlight. I like to take it on a big fan brush. This one's like a thick, not very precise brush. And what I like to do is like swirl it in there. And I apply it first and then like just kind of all over. And then I go in with a more precise brush afterwards. Super glowy, super reflective. Your skin just looks wet, especially with this light. Wow. And I take a little tiny little brush. This is a Morphe E27. This is one of my favorite brushes actually that I have. And this is the one I use for the little nose highlight. And I always like to go between the brows as well. Okay, and then I just take a little bit more on the very top of my cheekbone there. And I would like it very intense. Also, just gonna bring a little under the brow. Why not? Last couple steps is I'm gonna set the face with a setting spray. My favorite one is the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist, but I'm out of it right now. So I actually have these two. This is just a little mini Too Faced Hangover setting spray, and then this one is the MAC Fix Plus. This is the rose one. One of my friends gave me that actually. So yeah, love you. If you're watching, you know who you are. Love you. Last thing I do is I just pat it out again with the Beauty Blender. I kind of just pat the setting spray into the skin. I'm just gonna finish up the rest of my makeup, like brows, and do a little bit of eyes, maybe a little lip action, and then I will come back and show you the final result. Alright guys, so that completes this look. I just added some eyebrow pomade over that little spot there. That's what I usually do if I have like a big spot. It kind of just makes it look like a beauty mark instead. So that completes this look. This was my flawless, glowy, natural, skin-like foundation routine, and I really hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up and you subscribe down below for more. Make sure you follow me on Instagram. Everything will be linked in the description box. And yeah, thanks so much for watching. I will see you guys next time. Bye.